Now is not a good time for that.
You really think we can avoid a scandal like this?
Something weird is going on around here.
I don't know if I can be around him anymore. Don't let her darken a very special day.
Anybody thinks about making a move, they'll be stopped.
Do I need to call my lawyer?
GeneralHospital latest update takes a wild turn as Natalia storms into Daisy's christening after Sonny abandons her. With deception at risk, hidden agendas unravel, shocking confessions surface, and Jordan crashes Curtis and Portia's steamy moment. Just as tensions peak, Natalia's fiery entrance sets the stage for a stunning confrontation. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. After watching these videos, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. GeneralHospital, Natalia goes rogue, rages over Sonny abandonment. GeneralHospital recap for reveals that Michael Corinthos, Rory Gibson, summoned Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, to explain why she wasn't chosen as Daisy's, Levi Clark Coughlin, godmother. Jocelyn understood when Michael said Sasha Gilmore Corbin, Sophia Matson, was making all the decisions and approved of Felicia Scorpio, Christina Wagner, being on godmother duty instead. Michael also gave Jocelyn updates on Willow Tate's, Caitlin McMullen, decision to marry Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson, but Joss urged him not to let Willow ruin Daisy's special day. While Jocelyn and Michael enjoyed some sibling bonding time, Cody Bell, Josh Kelly, gave Sasha a giant stuffed animal that had shown up from Robert Scorpio, Tristan Rogers, and Holly Sutton, Emma Sams. Sasha wound up admitting all the strange occurrences that had been going on with Daisy. Cody ultimately downplayed everything by acting like there must be a rational explanation. At the church, Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, and Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, talked about when the Quartermaines crashed Michael's christening. Now that it was Daisy's turn, Carly predicted there'd be no crashers today. Although Carly remained on edge about the hits on Sonny and the mystery that still hadn't been solved, Jason assured her that Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, men had it under control. If anyone tried to make a move, Jason insisted they'd be stopped. Next, Natalia Ramirez, Eva LaRue, summoned Brooke Lynn Quartermaine, Amanda Seton, to her suite, where she admitted there was an issue with one of Sonny's investments not being clean. It wasn't Sonny's fault since his financial team made the mistake, but it could be a problem for deception. However, Natalia suggested that if Sonny divested, there was a chance this would never come to light. Brooke Lynn wondered why Natalia was admitting all this now, so Natalia reflected on all her mistakes, especially the ones she'd made with her children. Natalia didn't see any hope for repairing the damage with her kids, so she hinted about seeking a fresh start. At Sonny's house, ADA Justine Turner, Nazneen contractor, showed up with a box that had been sent anonymously. However, ADA Turner assumed it was from Sonny following their softball-related conversation since a fancy softball mitt was inside. ADA Turner suggested there could be trouble if this was viewed as a bribe, but Sonny denied being the one behind it. When Christina Corinthos Davis, Kate Monsey, showed up and joined the conversation, she seemed nervous about ADA Turner's presence. After ADA Turner left, Sonny reassured Christina before privately making a phone call. Since Turner's visit rattled Sonny, he made a phone call and forced a change of plans for Natalia. In Anna Devane's, Finola Hughes' office, Jordan Ashford, Tanisha Harper, opened up about Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr, throwing a drink in her face. Portia wasn't exactly wrong about Jordan carrying a torch for Curtis Ashford, Donnell Turner, so Jordan admitted that and mulled over the mess. Although Jordan thought Curtis might feel the same about her, she didn't want to interfere in his marriage and wasn't sure she could be around him right now. Anna eventually suggested it was best for Jordan and Curtis to have an honest discussion. In Curtis' office, Portia refused to let him delay a very necessary conversation about their marriage. Curtis complained about Portia's lies, so she acknowledged her mistakes and wanted to move beyond them. Portia worried Curtis' standards were too high and called him out for being a hypocrite since he kept secrets too when he schemed against Drew with Michael. Portia got emotional and wanted some hope for their future together, so Curtis eventually kissed her and threw the stuff off his desk so they could hook up. Before Portia and Curtis had the chance to go any further, Jordan arrived and interrupted them. At the church, Sonny, Michael, Felicia, Brooke Lynn and Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, all arrived. Brooke Lynn pulled Chase aside for a private moment since Deception was in trouble, and she didn't know how to break the news to Maxie Jones, Kirsten Storms. Once Chase realized this was about Sonny's not-so-clean investment, he shut Brooke Lynn up since he was working Sonny's case. Next on Friday's GeneralHospital episode, Anna confronted Ada Turner over some Sonny-related info that inadvertently landed on her desk. It was actually meant for Chase, but Anna read enough to be angry about Turner running an investigation through her department without her involvement. Ada Turner pointed out that Anna couldn't be trusted when it came to Sonny. Anna stood her ground and urged Ada Turner to go through internal affairs, so Turner said she just might. Back at the church, Sonny spoke to Jason alone and let him know that Turner was sniffing around, so he had Paul go pick Natalia up early. Paul made his way to Natalia's suite door, so she opened it and learned she'd be leaving for Belize now instead of later tonight. Natalia thought Sonny was coming with her and was upset to learn that wasn't the case. After Natalia pushed for an hour to pack, she shut the door and fumed over Sonny abandoning her. Natalia peeked outside and saw that Paul was gone, so she took off too and headed to the church. Daisy's christening was about to kick off when Natalia came strutting in and drew attention to herself. Sonny glared at Natalia as she planted herself in a pew. GeneralHospital spoilers say Natalia's about to cause even more of a scene. Today's next update, Sasha tells Cody about the weird happenings surrounding Daisy, and, spoiler, crashes the christening. Today on GeneralHospital, Anna confronts Turner about what she's up to, Jordan interrupts a pivotal moment between Curtis and Portia, and Natalia gives Brooke Lynn a warning about deception. Joss arrives at the Quartermain mansion and meets with Michael. She's thrilled to be celebrating Daisy's christening today, but asks why he wanted to meet here instead of at the church. Michael wanted to explain why she's not Daisy's godmother. She jokes that she would be an amazing godmother, which Michael knows. He tells her that Jason and Felicia were chosen, and Joss says they are great choices. Joss tells Michael how good it is to have him back, calling him their family's anchor. He says both she and their mom have been busy, and he wants to hear all about her adventures on Easter Island and her new job working for a famous professor. She says when they have a few hours, she'll catch him up. Joss asks how the kids are doing. Michael says they are adjusting and love being big siblings, but they are struggling. Wiley in particular. He doesn't understand how they can have this big family event without his mom there. Michael says it's going to get worse, and Willow is marrying Drew. Joss can't say she's surprised, as Willow and Drew are awful people who do terrible things. Michael's been trying to focus on the kids and keep his own hurt aside, but Willow keeps choosing Drew over their kids repeatedly. Joss tells Michael not to let Willow darken what should be a special day. Sasha confides in Cody. In the kitchen, Felicia tells Sasha how she's honored to be Daisy's godmother. Sasha knows that both she and Daisy are lucky to be part of the Scorpio Jones family. Cody shows up with a giant stuffed elephant and hopes that family includes him. Cody admits the elephant is not his gift, and that he intercepted the delivery. It's from Robert and Holly, who signed the card, Mom and Dad. Felicia asks if they've mentioned visiting. Sasha says they haven't, but she wants Daisy to know both her grandparents. When Daisy cries, Felicia runs off to tend to her. Cody tells Sasha she seems happy, and she says she is, but he isn't convinced and can sense something is wrong. Sasha admits something weird is going on around here, and it has to do with Daisy. They sit down, and Sasha says it all started at the hospital when they brought her the wrong baby. She tells him about the mobile over her crib being turned on the other night, and then Daisy's onesie mysteriously switching colors. Cody says there are a lot of people running around here who could have done those things, but Sasha says nobody owned up to it. Cody says there must be an explanation, and promises her that she and Daisy will be okay. Carly and Jason reminisce. At the church, Carly and Jason discuss his role as Daisy's godfather and how he gets to watch over her, just as he did for Michael. They think back to the Quartermaines crashing Michael's christening, and how angry Edward was that he wasn't invited. Carly says there will be no unwanted surprise crashers today. Jason assures her that the church is on lockdown, and Sonny's men are on high alert. If anyone thinks of making a move, they will be stopped. Natalia warns Brooklyn. In her room at the Metro Court, Natalia is throwing back drinks and thanks Brooklyn for meeting her. She warns her that deception is in danger. Natalia fills her in about the clerical error in Sonny's funds, and how one investment wasn't exactly clean, which could be a problem. There is a chance that if Sonny divests, it might not come out, according to Natalia. Brooklyn asks why she's coming forward now. Natalia says she owed it to her, and her mistakes with her kids had a lot to do with it. She destroyed her family and her relationship with her children because of her choices. Brooklyn says she can still fix things, but Natalia says it's not possible. She says nothing but pain is left for her here, and Marco is better without her in the picture. She says her future is wide open and waiting for her. Turner confronts Sonny. Turner shows up at Sonny's with a box that appeared on her doorstep, sent anonymously. Inside is a fine leather softball glove, which she assumes he sent. He denies it, and she informs Sonny that bribing a court official is against the law. Sonny suggests a thoughtful teammate sent it, given that her glove was pretty pathetic. Turner finds it odd that it appeared the day after their talk in the park, and only an expert could drop this off without leaving evidence behind. She says even if he didn't send it, she can't accept it, so maybe he can give it to a teammate. Christina appears and asks her dad if he's ready to go. Turner says hello to Christina and notes she hasn't seen her since the trial. Christina says she never thanked her for what she did. Turner looks at Sonny and says it's her job to bring criminals to justice. Turner leaves, and Christina thinks Turner's visit wasn't about softball. Sonny assures her it was nothing and sends her to get Daisy's gift, which he left in the kitchen. Sonny then calls someone about Turner's visit, and that there is a change of plans regarding Natalia. Anna and Jordan talk about Curtis. In Anna's office, she asks Jordan if she's thought any more about her situation with Curtis. Jordan tells her about the scene Portia caused at the pool, but notes Portia wasn't entirely wrong, and she probably will always carry a torch for Curtis. Anna knows it's hard to carry a torch for an ex who has moved on. Jordan says the thing is, she feels Curtis might feel the same about her. Curtis wants her to stop by his office today. She says her head tells her that she's not the kind of woman who gets involved in another woman's marriage. She would never do to Portia what she did to her marriage. Jordan says Portia and Curtis' future is unclear, and she's kept secrets from Curtis, which is serious. Anna suggests she talk to Curtis and have an honest conversation about all of this. Jordan says Curtis is important to her, and she wants him in her life, but right now, she doesn't know if she can be around him. Jordan takes off, and Anna makes a call to Turner about something that just landed on her desk, and they need to discuss it now. Portia calls Curtis out. Portia confronts Curtis in his office and wants to know if he's helping her with the Drew situation to save their marriage or to leave her once and for all. Curtis says all he's focused on right now is getting Drew out of their lives, and that their relationship problems are low on his list. She orders him to bump them up, as she's ready to fight for their marriage. Curtis warns her she might not like what he has to say, but she wants to hear it. He is torn, and he knows Drew came after her only because of him. However, they'd never be in this situation if not for her lies, and she knows secrets ruined his marriage to Jordan. He says she hurt him, betrayed him, and he can't believe she'd be so foolish as to put their family in this situation again. Portia is glad to hear what he's thinking, and she didn't like it, but now he will listen to what she has to say. Portia says she thought they had dealt with the Trina situation, and this started when she tried to keep their daughter safe from Heather Weber. She is tired of living in fear of his judgment, his impossibly high standards, and his need to always be right. She fears she'll never live up to being the perfect woman and wife he wants. She makes mistakes, and working to move past mistakes is part of what marriage is. Curtis argues that secrets can't be a part of a successful marriage. She points out that he never told her that he and Michael plotted against Drew, and that's where all this started. Why is what he did different? She loves him for protecting their family by any means necessary, but why, when she does it, does he use it as an excuse to break up their family? Portia orders him to tell her how to fix this. Curtis isn't sure she can. Portia can't believe this is how they end, and she'd never make him feel like he's making her feel now. She cries, and he says he'd never wanted to hurt her. She says that's because they love one another, so how do they get through this? Please tell her there is hope. Guests gather at the church. Michael and Sonny arrive at the church and meet with Carly and Jason. The others are outside taking photos. Carly says she and Jason were talking about Michael's christening, and how important family is. Sonny says it is, even chosen family. Brooke Lynn and Felicia enter the church, followed by Chase. Chase comments that the Scorpios and Corinthios families coming together is an interesting pairing, and he would have loved to have seen Mac, Robert and Sonny all standing around the baptismal font. Felicia says Robert and Mac can't be here. Brooke Lynn pulls Chase aside and tells him that Deception is in trouble and she doesn't know how to tell Maxie. Meanwhile, Sonny speaks with Jason about his visit from Turner, so he sent Paul to pick up Natalia. Natalia's world crumbles. In her metro courtroom, Natalia looks at photos and says Belize is gorgeous. There is a knock at the door and it's Paul, who she wasn't expecting until later. He tells her there has been a change of plans, and she is leaving for Belize now, not tonight. She asks when Sonny is joining her, and Paul says she's going alone as Sonny is at his granddaughter's christening. Natalia is shocked as she thought Sonny was coming, but Paul says that was never the plan. Natalia tells Paul she needs an hour to pack, so he says he'll be back. Alone, Natalia breaks down when she realizes Sonny isn't coming with her, and there is no future or new life, it's just the same life now, but somewhere else. She calls Sonny a bastard for abandoning her and just wanting her gone. She opens her door, looks, and sees Paul isn't there. She grabs her purse and jets. In the show's final moments. At Aurora, Portia and Curtis are kissing, and he sweeps off his desk, picks Portia up, and sits her on it. Just then, Jordan walks in. At the church, Brooke Lynn tells Chase that Sonny's second investment in Deception wasn't clean, and Natalia just told her. Chase says stop, as they can't talk about this. In Anna's office, she tells Turner that an envelope landed on her desk that was intended for Chase. She read it, and tells Turner this stops now, as she's not running an investigation through her office without her. Turner says she can't trust her when it comes to Sonny, so Anna tells her to take her issues to internal affairs. Turner says she just might. Back in the church, as everything is set to begin, Natalia walks in and sits in a back pew. On the next General Hospital, Natalia lashes out at Sonny, the christening carries on, and Charlie's is firebombed. Thanks for watching this videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.